masterpiece starts with the right canvas.
It's an all-Texas championship series.
We shape our tools.
They're just too good a lineup.
Then our tools shape us.
He hammers to left center field. Gone!
This place got electric.
What a moment for him tonight.
Monster shot.
You hit a missile. Second deck.
All he's done is delivered.
Montgomery strikes him out.
He dominates.
The stage is set. It's Game 5 of the ALCS.
And it is fitting that these teams that were tied after 162 games in the regular season are tied after 4 games in the championship series, and they play under a closed roof again after it was open for Game 4 last night. Here's Jordan Montgomery, who fired 6 1/3 scoreless innings in Game 1. He's been awesome in the postseason. He makes his 4th start of October here. And he'll face off with this lineup for the Astros here in Game 5. With Jose Altuve leading things off, and then Mauricio Dubon and Alex Bregman. Alvarez, Abreu, and Tucker through the heart of that lineup. McCormick, Pena, and Maldonado to finish things up. And right away, the guy that you've been circling for hours leading into this start.
Yeah, you got to mix it up. You can't really pitch him traditionally. Last time Montgomery faced him, 3 different times on the first pitch, he threw 3 different pitches. That's what you have to do. Got to get the ball down, got to get the curveball at his back foot, and change-ups away. He covers. We already talked about plate coverage. You've got to make pitches like it's 0-2 every pitch to Altuve.
Series tied at 2. And off we go with Game 5. He swings away at the first pitch, and how good does that feel for Jordan Montgomery?
Well, you hear the crowd, and the crowd knows that is step 1 to a successful game for the Rangers. You know the Astros are going to be aggressive. They feel good in this ballpark. And the key is, we've talked about this all series, which home team's going to get the first lead?
Yeah, because the road team has won all 4 games, and the road team has jumped out to big leads early. Crowd silencing leads. Mauricio Dubon with the bases empty and 1 away. Up the middle on the first pitch. 2 pitches, 2 grounders to Simeon, and 2 out. Marvin Hudson calls balls and strikes here for Game 5.
All right, Joe. Takes us about 25 minutes to get to the hotel from the hotel to here. If Bregman swings at the first pitch, you know I'm trying to get in shape. I'm just walking back.
Oh, man, I hope he swings. This would be a great story. Come on, Alex. If not now, then when? He is very patient, and he takes a strike, and you can take a car.
Well, I was pretty confident that he was going to take.
They had a 2-run triple to get the scoring started for the Astros yesterday. The latest of those quick starts for the road team as they led 3-0, just like that. On this 0-1, he takes outside.
Well, what Montgomery does so well is he pitches to the corners and on the uprights of the strike zone. He never really comes inside too often. Most of his strikeouts are outside the strike zone, and that's what he relies on, that late movement and change of speeds.
Coming inside with this 1-1 pitch. Bregman hits a fly ball to left field. Back goes Carter on the track at the wall. Goodbye. Alex Bregman gets the Astros on the board. A first-inning home run.
I honestly think this was a game plan Bregman had coming in. He pounded him in the first game. Now, he didn't get it all the way in, but if Bregman looks at his videos, which I'm sure he does, he's like, first fastball I'm going to get in. I got to do something with it and change the mindset of how they pitched him. First series, pounded him in, had success, even though he hit a couple balls hard. That one, he made him pay.
Road team strikes first and strikes early yet again. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. Tom detailed this matchup during the pregame. Alvarez has been a monster against everybody else in this postseason, but Montgomery had his number in Game 1.
He has great tilt to his breaking ball, which creates the illusion it's going to be in the strike zone, and then it's not.
Target set in. Fouled off.
So he combines his sinker, which you just saw right there. Occasional four seam, he'll run up and in, but then great breaking ball that again, to a hitter, it's got to start in the strike zone for him to swing outside the strike zone. If it stays in the strike zone, well, that's not good.
Montgomery to Alvarez with the 1-1 pitch. Curve for strike 1-2.
Now that one actually started in off the plate. That's why he took it. Now he can expand the zone away and go for another kill shot on the breaking ball. See how he buckled, think that ball was in after throwing a fastball in? Will he try to steal more outside on that breaking ball?
He does. Alvarez takes it. For 8, 6 Ks against curveballs in this postseason. 3 of those strikeouts against Montgomery's curve. On this 2-2, Alvarez watches a fastball miss. Full count.
I would still go to the breaking ball here on a 3-2 count after painting that fastball away that he took. Put pressure on him on the outside part of the plate.
The payoff. Curve is lined into center field, base hit. Yordan Alvarez figures it out, and he got one up right there.
He got one up and in the strike zone, and Montgomery knows it. After getting 2 pitches, 2 outs, Bregman waited out a fastball in. But watch where this breaking ball just rolls. It rolls in the middle, and he's too good of a hitter to miss that pitch.
Or the way he's been going, Montgomery's got to feel good that this is only a single. So after he got the first 2 outs on 2 pitches, home run from Bregman, single from Alvarez, and here's one of the heroes from yesterday, Jose Abreu. His late season surge has continued into October with 4 home runs and 11 knocked in 8 games. And they have been some long home runs. Broke things open with a 3-run shot last night. On this 0-1 from Jordan Montgomery, Abreu scalds it up the middle, off Montgomery, right to Seager to Simeon, and it's 1-6-4 to finish off the Astros in the first. But it's Alex Bregman, his 3rd postseason home run, the 18th of his postseason career, and once again the Astros flying early. Rosenthal told us there are some changes. Leody Taveras from 9th to 5th. Josh Young from 8th to 6th. And then the bottom looks different as well with Garver and Hines sliding down. It is Justin Verlander. 2 runs over 6 2/3 in a Game 1 defeat.
Yeah, and he's got the formula to be successful, and it's up to the Rangers to be able to adjust to the four-seam fastball, which they haven't been able to do thus far in this series.
Yeah, 4 out of 26 against elevated fastballs. Verlander misses with his first one to Semien. Now, in his first game, though, he didn't get any swings and misses with his fastballs. That doesn't concern you at all?
Not so much because of where he can throw them. And he threw a lot of breaking balls, a lot of sliders and curveballs. See if he flips the script a little bit.
Semien skies this one. Back of the diamond. Altuve's going to look for it coming down. And he'll get his second base counterpart.
Because that's what you're getting a lot of. You're getting a lot of Ranger hitters on the fastball popping up underneath, not on top. And there's no reason to try and trick them. Now, this guy might be a little different because he showed you he can get on top of the fastball.
Did that with a home run yesterday. When he faced Verlander in Game 1, he got a first pitch curve and ripped it to the right side for a base hit. First pitch this time. It is a fastball, and it's another pop-up. This one to third, and Alex Bregman.
I just don't remember a series where a really, really good offensive team have had. Now, yesterday they hit a ton of balls hard. To give them credit. But so many soft pop-ups, stressless, outs. That's what you dream of.
And they've got things going, John, but it's often been with 2 outs. Low stress, especially in these road games for Astros pitchers. Evan Carter climbs in with 2 away and takes strike 1.
Well, another 2-out run by the Astros, the 10th in the last 3 games. But there's a different narrative. It was only a solo home run, right? They're trailing, but you want to be in this game as long as possible. And obviously you want to take the lead at some point.
Not had a lead change in this series. Not had a home team take a lead.
It's amazing.
2019 World Series rerun here with the road team won every game. And the Astros, of course, on the wrong side of that. The Nationals winning it all. 1-1 to Carter. Cut on a miss. 1-2. And there is his first swing and miss on a fastball in this series. Game 1 was the first time in almost a decade Verlander hadn't gotten a single swing and miss on his heater. '37 postseason start. Only Andy Pettitte has made more postseason starts than Justin Verlander. 40-year-old back in Houston. A little bit of a detour this summer to New York. Reacquired at the deadline. You got a 40-year-old in his 18th season on the mound. You've got a 21-year-old in like his 18th day at home plate. He has not looked phased. 1-2 pitch. 2-2. First changeup. Only threw 2 of those in Game 1. So there are a couple areas where he could go in a different direction than he did the first game. Here's his 2-2. It is a swing and a miss on a fastball. 1-2-3 first inning for Justin Verlander. We mentioned a couple times that the home team has not led yet. This is only the 4th time in the long history of the Major League postseason that's been the case through 4 games in a series. Top 2, 1-0 Houston on an Alex Bregman home run. And it's Kyle Tucker to lead off the second against Jordan Montgomery. John, 13 times in your career you face a team a second time within a series. It's always an interesting thing to watch the way the pitcher navigates it. If you're Montgomery, how are you handling it?
Well, the biggest thing is you're watching your film and you watch what you did last time. Sometimes you come out and you don't have the same stuff, so you have to go off of that as well. If you got good command of your fastball and sinker, you stick with it, with what she's done. And I think the biggest thing about pitching is sometimes if you've had a bad game, it's easier to make the adjustment than if you've had a great game, because then you go, well, what else do I need to do? So stick with the game plan, and if he's feeling like he did in game 1, all things stay the same. And that's really kind of the criteria, because you want to think you got your best stuff every single time, but every pitcher doesn't have that, and you adjust. Sometimes the feel of your curveball's not there, which early on he has not located it well.
Chas McCormick with a 2-run shot yesterday. We have reached the point of the calendar, though, John, where you said would be the time where it's finally time to empty the tank as a starting pitcher.
Yeah, in this game, it's not an elimination game, but for the Rangers, they know the change in narrative. They must win this game, because then they can turn it over to Eovaldi. And so you pitch this game like every inning is your 9th inning. And that's why solo home runs never bother you, or they shouldn't, because you give up 3, your offense has got to be good enough to score. So you've got to approach every inning like this is my last inning. I'm not guaranteed another start. And particularly in this series, he's probably not going to factor anymore.
And then the other thing is that the best bullpen arms for Bruce Bochy are all well rested, having not pitched since Monday. So he's going to be more aggressive with those guys.
He is, and he's going to shorten the game as best he can. If he feels like the game's getting away from him early, that's the narrative. He'll have to go to it. He has to slow down the Houston offense.
Coming inside with this 1-1 pitch to Chas McCormick. 2-1.
And see, that's kind of a perfect example early on. When I watched and rewatched the game, and after we watched it live, he painted inside. He painted away. Early on, the inside fastball to Bregman. Middle of the plate. You want to find that release point and get connected to it again.
That's the plate again.
But the difference on that pitch right there, it's tended to see it to be a backdoor breaking ball. It comes out of his hand. The hitter says that's a ball. And then it has such great late break. Now you don't want to do that with 2 strikes, because now you want that to be in the middle where it ended up and go to his back foot.
On the ground to third for Josh Young. And as he did in the first, Jordan Montgomery retires the first 2 in the second.
Everything that we've watched with Jordan Montgomery and every start that we've covered the Rangers, he seems calm, cool, and collected. Nothing seems to bother him. He's not racing. He's letting that pitch clock get all the way down to 1 before he delivers. So that's a good sign, and that's the sign you want to have if you desperately need a win.
Jeremy Pena stands in, 2 gone, second inning. Swing and a miss on a first pitch curve. Well, this was the deadline acquisition, Montgomery, that was like the under the radar one. Max Scherzer was the one that stole all the headlines. But boy, they got a guy on a mission. 11 starts for the Rangers. He had a 2.79 ERA, and he's been even better in the postseason.
Well, when you're giving up an under 300 slug on low fastballs, a left-handed pitch, that's pretty darn good. And that's where he's been able to live for the most part, is keep the ball down and use that changeup off of it as well as his curveball.
Seager at short. 3 ground balls. 1, 2, 3, second. MLB Together is baseball's new platform, embodying the sport's philanthropic contributions and mental wellness efforts by teams, players, and the league. Go to MLBtogether.com to learn more. Justin Verlander at a 1-2-3 first inning, leaned on that fastball and faces Adolis Garcia to open the second. Chops the first one that he sees to third. Bregman from the front corner of the diamond gets him.
Aggressive style hitting early, and you know Garcia wanted to get to that fastball. And Bregman, no big deal. Use the turf. Whenever you have the turf here, I think infielders that use it are smart because you get a consistent hop right to the first baseman. You don't want that short bounce to be on the dirt.
Into the part of the order here, John, where Bruce Bochy has made changes. Leody Taveras took Verlander deep in the first game, and not just that, he's had a great postseason. So he moves up to bat fifth. Young moves up from 8th to 6th, and they shuffle a couple guys down to the bottom. On this 0-1, Taveras takes change low.
They had to do something. Basically, guys sometimes go into cold spots, and when you have a lineup that navigates, a pitcher can navigate through, you have to break that up. You can't have combined guys together struggling, because that just feeds a great pitcher like Justin Verlander.
1 ball and 2 strikes. This was the top run scoring offense in the league during the regular season, but even then tremendously streaky. And we've kind of seen it in this postseason. First 2 rounds, they scored more than 6 runs per game. In this championship series, it's under 4. Verlander home with a 1-2 pitch.
Well, I just feel like sometimes you get matchups and the pitcher has an advantage, or it's strength against strength, and the hitter has a better strength than the pitcher. Right now, the Astros' strength and their 4-seam fastball has just eaten up the Rangers, and they have not been able. You see a lot of these defensive swings on fastballs. You can't be in between, and some of the Rangers are in between and not able to catch up. When you see this many pop-ups and this many fly balls, that narrative for Verlander and the rest of his staff, I would expect to see a lot of 4-seam fastballs.
See what Verlander goes with on this 2-2 to Taveras. Got the call on a curve over the inside corner.
Right now, Verlander's connected with all his pitches. He's a short strider of a tall pitcher that has a short stride and an over-the-top delivery that a lot of pitchers don't have, and it gives the hitter an illusion, especially with that 12-6 breaking ball that he has top to bottom.
2 out for Josh Young. He's up from 8th, where he's hit in every postseason game prior to this, to a spot in the order that he was in more during the regular season, 6th. It was putting together a Rookie of the Year caliber campaign before he injured his thumb. Struggled after coming back from that late in the year. That's why he was hitting 8th. But he had 2 home runs in game 3. They're hoping for a lightning strike here in game 5. On this 1-1, Young takes the ball, 2-1.
Verlander's done his work, watched his video, knows he doesn't want to leave a ball middle in. He wants to pitch him away with fastballs and then be able to spin a breaking ball or 2 if he needs to.
Spins one here, grounded sharply, diving play, Jeremy Pena. The Gold Glover takes a hit away. And it's 6 up, 6 down for Justin Verlander. Astros trying to go from down 2-0 to ahead 3-2, taking this thing back to Houston. Alex Bregman's solo shot has the Astros in front 1-0. On the third, it's Martin Maldonado taking a strike from Jordan Montgomery. Now, Houston's key rally the last two games started with something seemingly harmless. 0-2 pitch that hit Yordan Alvarez, started a 3-run rally in the second inning of Game 3, and then it was this guy here in Maldonado that fell behind 0-2 and then worked a walk to start that 4-run inning yesterday.
Yeah, it's the little things that get overlooked in a regular season that are magnified in the postseason. It can't overstate it enough. You have to grind out every at bat as a hitter and as a pitcher. 0-2 to giving up a walk, kind of unexcusable in the postseason. 0-2 hit batsman. Those are two things that seemed innocent but turned into big runs and rallies for the Astros.
9-1-2 for the Astros. Maldonado lifts one the other way. No big deal for Adolis Garcia, drifting back, shy of the track. He's got it. And Kenny, you talked to Jordan Montgomery about this very thing.
I did, and what I asked him after last night's game was, okay, Jordan, what has to be different today? He said we cannot give away any free bases. That's what they've been capitalizing on. And if you look at those last two games, guys, the Astros have scored 10 runs off leadoff walks and hit by pitches.
All right, Caddy, back to the top here, and with what they did, getting Maldonado there to start this inning, Jose Altuve comes to the plate. Got him to ground out, first pitch of the game. Sigh of relief, and he's going to get him to ground out, first pitch here. Man, oh man. I know, John, you said you'd be laying in bed thinking about Jose Altuve and how you're going to get him out, and then you come out and execute two pitches to get him twice.
You think you might be dreaming because those are the perfect scenarios that you want. Is the electric and the electricity of the Houston offense starts through Altuve, and two pitches, two outs, and you could get the very next thing out of Dubon. Same thing, aggressive style hitting, quick outs. Next thing you know, you're pitching deeper in the game.
Dubon did ground out, first pitch that he saw. Strike one. Mauricio Dubon hitting .471 coming into this game in the postseason, but perhaps shouldn't be a surprise because over the last 2 months, no hitter in baseball has a higher average than Dubon. .362 for the longtime utility man. Punches this one foul. Somebody that has the other manager's attention already, though, because he played for Bruce Bochy in San Francisco. First broke into the big leagues. He said, I love this kid. It's just a matter of him getting a bigger opportunity, which he finally has this year. 0-2 from Montgomery.
That's only the second curveball that he's thrown him. He's really pounded the fastball in the first game, and really here only saw one pitch the first at bat. But you saw Heim with the target down in the dirt, changing the eye level.
The 1-2. Dubon pulls it to short on a hop. Seager, hot hands, in and over. 8 of the 9 outs for Jordan Montgomery have been on the ground. 1-0 here in Arlington. Justin Verlander, who has been more breaking ball heavy than ever in this postseason so far, has attacked with his fastball like you thought he might shift to today.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's watching the game. He sees what his other starters and the success they had. And look, he's one of the best at the top of the zone, so it's feeding his strength. He adjusted accordingly, and so far the game plan is pretty simple.
6 up, 6 down for Verlander. Another fastball here, low, sends it to the left field corner for Chas McCormick. One away in this third. Later tonight, the National League Championship Series continues. Game 4, Phillies and D-backs over on TBS. And tomorrow night, they've got Game 5 also on TBS. On Sunday, we'll be back with you in Houston for Game 6 of this series. Rangers and Astros. Bobby Valdez for Houston. Nathan Eovaldi for Texas. Here's your matchup for tonight, but don't blink because you're going to miss those guys. Bullpen's going to get involved early.
And they sure are. This game is following the script of Game 1 so far. Meaning both pitchers look like they're in command and in control and could go and give their team respectively 15 to 18 outs. Verlander on his first pitch is really not centering anything up. So even if they're trying to attack him first pitch, he has put him in the right spots.
One of the reasons Mitch Garver moved down in the lineup is because Verlander has given him more than he can handle throughout his career. 1 for 14. 8 strikeouts against Verlander. First slider that he's thrown. Or second.
Yeah, he threw one just before there. It wasn't very good, and he tried to come right back and made a really good adjustment on that slider because, look, he's not looking for super tilt on that pitch. He has the tilt on his breaking ball. He just wants people to go after that like it's their fastball and then just get it off the end of the bat.
His 2-1 is upstairs. And Mitch Garver, who had a huge division series, had that grand slam in Baltimore. 1 out of 14 in the championship series. On this 3-1 pitch, Garver takes ball 4. Slider just misses downstairs, and the Rangers have their first base runner.
So this is what the pitchers are looking at. If you see their eyes shifting, they're getting their sign, and then they're looking at that pitch clock to determine when they have to engage. And they're using that pitch clock in various ways to either slow it down and let the hitter stand in the box longer than he wants to. So there's the gamesmanship that each pitcher will play with. That's why you see them looking away from the catcher. They're looking at that pitch clock.
Jose Urquidy was the first guy for the Astros to really implement this in the division series. He said it just kind of came to him on a whim and use it to great effect. I mean, it's got to make you feel uneasy if you're the hitter in there. Tom, you talked to Urquidy about his decision to do that.
Yeah, and what you're seeing here are pitcher and catcher in rhythm, and I think that pitch timer is sort of the beat of their dance. I asked Maldonado last night about Justin pitching today, and he told me he loves this ballpark. And yes, he said loves twice.
Numbers would show that. It's a strike on Jonah Heim. It's funny. I mean, we talk about adjusting to the pitch clock in its first year, but once you're settled into the adjustments, you're seeing guys now find ways to play with it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're always going to find different things, different methods, and base runners are going to use it too. If you're a base runner and you watch in center field the pitch clock, or you take a peek and where you can see it, if you know it's getting close down to that 1, that's when you're seeing a lot of running starts and stolen base attempts.
Heim shows bunt and lays it down sharply foul.
And part of the reason why Justin may love this park, to a pitcher, when the dugouts seem kind of close and the backstop's close, you feel like you're on the hitter. And there are other parks where it feels opposite. It feels like the mound's 65 feet away. And there was no better feeling than being on the mound and feeling like you're in a tunnel and the hitter is shorter distance in your eyes.
Where was that for you?
You know, I liked Arizona they had the first cutout from home plate to the mound. You know, here you see all grass. There's a dirt almost runway in Arizona that I was like, wow, this is cool. This is like, I can use that as my visual. I loved Wrigley Field except for when the flag was blown straight out.
Yeah, right. Wrigley can be two different parks based on the day.
But I also like the home plates, the backstops that were close, because early part of my career I threw a lot of them to the backstop. They were shorter distance for the catcher to go get it.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Jonah Heim. Heim hit a home run in game 2. He is 0 for 9 since that home run. And so Bruce Bochy drops him down to the 9 spot for the first time all year.
Yeah, his swing, like a lot of hitters, first of all, he's caught every game, right? For the last 30, it seems like.
Pulls one back, way down the line. Driver heads for third. The Rangers have him cornered. And Bruce Bochy pressing the right buttons in this lineup construction.
First fastball he's gotten to in a while. Watch where this pitch is. Up, and he gets to it. There have been few hitters that have been able to get to that pitch. And now you turn the lineup over to the Simeon with first and third. 1 out. Essential that the Rangers score here and get back in it.
First pitch, wow. Simeon pops it up. I was just about to say it's the biggest at-bat of a frustrating postseason for Simeon, and 1 pitch later it's over.
Yeah, I mean, this crowd has been waiting to erupt, and you feel like the anticipation is they're holding their breath when Houston's at the line, hitting, and they're anticipating their offense to break it open for the first time here at home, and it hasn't really happened.
Their MVP this season going to fall just short of the MVP of the American League, and they need Corey Seager like never before. First and third, down a run in game 5. Shot the other way. McCormick, couple steps back, makes the grab, ends the inning. They turn it around to the top of the order, and 2 pitches later, Verlander's out of it. Hit big shots in this postseason. It was Alex Bregman's turn in the first inning today. His solo home run, the difference in this game. Leads off the fourth against Jordan Montgomery. Big left-hander comes home and misses outside, ball one.
Well, he took a fastball and deposited it, so I wonder if the changeup comes into play. He hasn't thrown many of them, but it's a really pretty darn good pitch against right-handed batters.
Stayed away from it in game one as well. Second fewest that he's thrown all year.
You can see how close he is to home plate, inviting the pitcher to bury one in there. There's the home run. See how that ball was up and in, and he gets his hands to it. And I mean, that's classic Bregman. He won't expand the zone away. He's waiting for that pitch. He's waiting for that mistake, and he didn't miss it.
29-year-old in his 8th season. Always in the postseason, this guy. Every full season in which he's played, his team's gone to the championship series. So he's racked up 18 postseason home runs now. Tied for the most all time before turning 30.
If he had the feel for his changeup, it would be now, but let's see what he does. 2-2.
It's a curve and it's foul.
I said in game one they really pitched him in and had some success, even though he hit a couple loud ball outs. And then early on he has taken away that inside fastball. Now second time through to Montgomery, they've yet to go in there in this at bat.
Target set away again. 2-2 pitch. It was the change and it's pulled down the line, foul. Nothing game, fourth inning. Alex Bregman leads off. Another 2-2 pitch. The fastballs jump straight back. They did set the target inside for the first time there.
He got away with that one. I would think that if you're looking right now, if you're gonna get this, you're gonna try to get this ball bounced. If it's a breaking ball, you want it to bounce over the plate.
Hook down the line. And foul.
And see, that one was up too far. He even still got to that one. The breaking ball that bounces over home plate, he swings over the top, but he's so disciplined in not expanding the zone. This has been a good at bat.
One of the hardest guys in baseball to strike out. This is the 9th pitch from Jordan Montgomery. Alex Bregman slashes one to right center field. Garcia on the run. Adolis Garcia tracks it down. He's saying, heck of a play by Garcia.
Heck of a play and heck of a bat. He was on every single pitch he threw him in that at bat. Garcia makes a great play away, and he's looking like this is going to be a double or a triple. Garcia, big first out.
One of the 5 Gold Glove finalists for these Texas Rangers. Garcia largely because of his arm. One of the leaders in baseball in assists, but shows off the speed and the range right there. One out, and here is Alvarez. Grounds the first pitch foul. Singled his first time after striking out 3 times against Montgomery in game 1.
Well, the Rangers are hoping Montgomery can continue to keep the ball on the ground. He has not struck anybody out, so it tells you what the Astros' approach has been. Perfect pitch. And that's what we saw in game 1. We saw that constantly on the outside-inside paint.
Got him with a curve. Flashing back to game 1.
This is more like Montgomery. When you get to face a great hitter, he established the fastball in, then painted a fastball away, and now what that does is make it tough to lay off this breaking ball. And sure enough, got the breaking ball in the right spot, and the first strikeout of the game.
2 up and 2 down in this 4th inning. Here is Jose Abreu, grounded out his first time, swings and misses at a disappearing curve. 9 straight retired by Jordan Montgomery since the back-to-back first inning hits. The 30-year-old from Sumter, South Carolina. The Yankees to the Cardinals to the Rangers, having his best season. His 0-1. Same thing.
That pitch is looking like, to a hitter, if you're at home, you're like, why are they swinging at that pitch? Because out of his hand, it looks like a strike. And he's committed.
Throws 3 in a row. This time Abreu wouldn't bite. So you got him to do it a couple times. That time he laid off. What are you going to now?
Well, they pounded him in last time, and they've been staying soft with breaking balls. Stick with it. Stay on the outside part.
Ended up with a fastball miss, and the count is 2-2.
What you want to do with that breaking ball, you want to have that start right there, and then you have that go right there.
Perfectly done. The strikeout of Abreu and finish off for 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Rangers. It is Evan Carter, and it is not a surprise. First pitch fastball, which Justin Verlander has leaned on today like we haven't seen him use in quite a while.
Yeah, and he's throwing a lot of strikes, so those double whammy. If you're the Rangers, trying to get your feet in the box and attack a fastball that ultimately last inning is a perfect example of what can happen if you do not execute and get on top of a fastball. 2 pop-ups out of an inning as fast as he got into trouble.
21 out of 26 throwing that fastball for a strike. Rest of his pitches 1 for 11. Fastball in there, 1-1 or 1-2. Comes back home to Carter. Fly ball to right. Tucker paused at first, now drifting to his left. He's got it.
So one thing that he's been able to do, it's in his arsenal. He loves throwing the ball at the top of the zone, and he can mix and match. But basically, what you're going to be looking at is right there, top of the line. He wants fastballs above there, and he will say that nobody can get on top of it. And so far, that's been the case.
Garcia jumped on a first pitch fastball his first time, grounded out. We have seen him get to a high fastball to homer in this postseason. Homered yesterday. After hitting 39 of them in the regular season, 3 more in this postseason. On this 1-0 from Verlander, Garcia swings and misses. Perfect pitch.
Yeah, it's right at the top of the zone. And again, he could do that. He could tell him it's coming. He could say, here you go, try and hit it. Because nobody has been able to. When the swing gets super big, advantage goes to a hard throwing fastball, especially a pitcher like Justin Verlander. And then if at all he starts losing a little bit of that fastball, he'll start dropping that curveball off that height of that fastball. And boy, oh boy, you're going to have to be some kind of good to adjust to those. Those look great to a hitter, but hard to catch up.
And then pinpoint 96. Verlander home with a 1-2. Garcia leaves this one up, and the count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Garcia was in a similar situation yesterday. Had not caught up to the fastball, and they threw him a changeup, and he hit a home run that started to get this crowd going.
2-2. Driven to center field, but he kind of got off the end of the bat. Dubon's got it 2 away.
Here's what you're seeing out of Justin Verlander, one of the best at being able to throw the ball up and get these kind of results. 4-seam up, 4-seam up. And this is where the Rangers have been vulnerable. Lazy fly balls, nothing they've been able to do, and this was crucial. 2 pitches. Rarely do you get out of, other than a double play, do you get out of a jam like that against the top of the order. And he's used his fastball to get him in and out of problems.
I go back, John, to what Dusty Baker told us before Game 1. He said it hasn't always been great, but he almost always has found a way. Got out of that first and third jam, and 2 pitches in that 3rd inning. Bases empty, 2 gone. Leody Taveras. Change up for strike 1. Riding that fastball like early career Verlander. He's been one of the most breaking ball heavy pitchers in baseball the last 2 years. Serious adjustment. Game 1 to Game 5. Back-to-back changeups. Ball and a strike. How does he adjust in his 2nd start? Throughout his career, he's done it well. This is the 12th time that he's made 2 starts in a series, and his ERA is better in the 2nd start than it is in the 1st. His 1-1 to Taveras. Is popped up. Everything in the air. A lot of it very weak. Easy one for Alex Bregman. And Justin Verlander's got 4 scoreless innings.
count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time.
Game 5 of this American League Championship Series, tied at 2 games apiece. Astros with the first inning home run from Alex Bregman, and they bring Tucker, McCormick, and Pena to the plate for Dusty Baker here in the 5th. And if you're the Rangers, you're getting as good of a start as you could have dreamt of from Jordan Montgomery. He gave up that first inning home run, but has retired 10 straight.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you wanted to draw up. You were looking for 15 to 18 outs. His pitch count is perfect. Yes, he gave up the 1 run, but your offense at some point has to wake up. This is the kind of game that Texas should and.
Tucker flips one into right field, and he's got a leadoff base hit.
Is supposed to win based on the way that they played in the postseason. Get really good starting pitching into the 6th inning, and they get enough runs. But today they haven't scored yet.
Supposed to win, and they have to win.
Yeah.
And Eovaldi and Montgomery in the games they've started, Texas is 6-0. But then these last 2 games have brought to life the Rangers' top concern coming into this postseason. What would everything else look like for the pitching? They've given up 18 runs the last 2 days, using 6 pitchers in both those games. Runner at first for Chas McCormick.
Stay there, stay there, stay there.
Yeah, if they keep going with the way that it's gone, which is they win every time those 2 guys pitch, they're going to win the whole thing. They're going to need some offense to make that the case.
A lot of curveballs to McCormick. You can understand why. He likes hitting off of lefties, especially those fastballs. I mean, since last year, he's been batting .332 against left-handed pitchers.
Into center field. Here comes Taveras. Leote is there for the first out. Got a huge day of football on Fox. Jared Goff and the Lions take on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, or the Steelers battle the Rams. So the regional action as well. Check for the game in your area, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Check it out, Johnny. You're a Lions diehard, and I'm allowed to be in October when I'm away from the NFL. So check that out, folks. Restore the roar.
A tear coming to my eye.
It's ball on Jeremy Pena. Book those tickets for Vegas, baby. Pena, who was a star last postseason, hitting just .230, .226 at this point, and his second go round. Only 1 extra base hit. Power has disappeared in his second season.
Well, patience early, took a changeup that he swings a lot at changeups off of left-handed pitchers, but he was able to stay off of that and create a 2-0 count.
This one's shot to short. Seager, Simeon, dropped the ball, and everybody's safe. This nightmare of a postseason for Marcus Simeon now makes its way into the field. Bruce Bochy wants to challenge.
They usually give the transfer rule, and they may give them the transfer rule. I don't know. It's close, but they're gonna replay it and hope that they get it. No. But
Texas is challenging the safe call at second.
That's going to be tough there.
Well, when we say there's only been one sure thing in this postseason, and it's been the 2 guys at the start of the rotation, that's not fair, because the other sure thing has been the defense.
Yeah.
This would be the first time it's let him down.
Yeah, that wasn't going to be a double play, but you never think that that is not going to be an out at second. So you got to gather your breath if you're Montgomery and just know you keep making pitches. You got the bottom of the order of Maldonado, who turns into a double play threat.
Replay review is sponsored by Zoom. Marcus Simeon, who is a Gold Glove finalist again.
After review, the call in the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Texas will have 1 challenge.
And he will be charged with an error here. And so the Astros have him at first and second with 1 gone, trying to add on to this 1-0 lead. Well, it seems like every time Maldonado comes up, there's traffic and it's a big spot.
Yeah, he's been amazing already. He's on the plus side of what you expect because you know he's such a commander behind the plate.
So anything you can get with his bat. He's had some big ABs in this series. Flies one the other way for Adolis Garcia. And Montgomery's going to get the second out. One pitch after the air. Up to third goes Tucker. And now here comes that man again, Jose Altuve, who has retired twice on the first pitch.
Trying to think along with Montgomery and Heim and what to do here in this situation. Of course, you know he's going to be aggressive. You almost wonder if he goes to a first pitch curveball or something off speed to just see if that aggression continues, even though he's gotten outs on fastballs.
First chance for the Astros since the first inning. Popped out of his hand. It was a curve. Altuve started this championship series 0 for 8 in the 2 games in Houston. 5 out of 11 since coming here, and 6 home runs in his last 5 games in this park.
It's not out of the possibility he'll lay down a bunt for a base hit too. I know he loves to slug.
There you go. Bunts it in front of the plate. Heim gets it and throws him out. He gave it a shot. Not his best bunt though. Montgomery's able to strand a pair. Halfway home in game 5. 1-0 Astros. The 2023 American League Championship Series on FS1 is presented by Lone Depot. Justin Verlander's got 4 scoreless innings. He's given up just 1 hit. Josh Young watches a strike over the outside corner.
And that's why he is absolutely putting the first pitch. If there's any thought of being aggressive, he's putting the first pitch in a perfect place, and then he goes to work climbing the ladder or spinning the baseball.
Young grounded to short against him his first time. On this 0-1, it rides inside, and the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike.
So the Rangers have had 2 rallies really in the last 2 games, and within 2 pitches they've been eliminated. The double play, of course, the line drive where they tagged the batting glove of Simeon, and then the most recent one today.
Got a chase on a pitch that was way outside. The scoreless streak for this Rangers offense now 10 innings. Just 4 for their last 33. This happened way too frequently for a team that was in first place for a lot of the year throughout the regular season. So streaky. Back to that thing that you were reading this guy's mind, huh? Maybe reading his eyes.
Well, this guy is so fast that if he gets it down in the right spot, no chance they get him out. Breaking ball that just pops up, and then the ball spins back. Like a chip shot in golf, came right back to Heim and stressless out.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Josh Young.
Battle of the 2 strikes. We've already shown what each offense has done with 2 strikes. Texas has to change their approach here. How so? They just have to be more disciplined and stop trying to pull so much. You get pull happy, you're just going to have what we've been seeing. If you get the ball up the middle, right center, and stay on some of these pitches, they're good pitches, then you can have some success.
On this 3-2, Young drives the ball in the air to right field, but Tucker misread it. Now goes back, makes the catch. Whew. 1 gone in this 5th. Down to the Astros dugout, Tom Verducci.
Yeah, here with Dusty Baker, and you just said, why don't you repeat it about that fly ball to Kyle Tucker?
Well, I mean, the lights are kind of bad in right field, and that's why you got to kind of play in a certain situation to keep it out of the lights, because I could tell when he came in, that ball was hit further than he thought, but he lost in the lights, but he found it.
Dusty, Jose Altuve hits so well in this ballpark in that situation. Big lefty on the mound, third baseman back. What'd you think of the bunt?
Well, hey, man, I'm for it. I mean, you can't be afraid to try stuff. And plus, you know, he's been working on that. And I thought it was a good play. It just didn't work. The ball checked up. It was a breaker ball. Ball checked up. I mean, people would pay for that golf swing right there.
I would. Hey, in Game 1, JV said that he found his fastball midway through the game. Does it look even more crisp to you tonight?
Yeah, it does. And, you know, not only does it look crisp, you know, it has life on it, and he's locating it well. Because I saw on the board a lot of times he'll start off 92 to 93 in the first couple innings, but he's been 94, 95. So that fastball is looking good.
Thanks, Dusty.
We've even seen him touch 96 a couple times. 2-1. Nathaniel Lowe. How about Dusty Baker, 74 years old, the timelessly cool Dusty Baker. One day you walk into his office, he's got Lil Wayne playing. The next day he's got Bob Marley. 4 seasons, 4 trips to the championship series. Brought back credibility to the Astros in the wake of the scandal, and then stability. This man has seen more than a half-century of baseball. Steadying hand of Dusty Baker. His team has come back from down 2-0 to tie this series up and leading the swing game 1-0. Lowe has missed a couple fastballs in the zone. He gets to this one, sends it deep down the line, threatening the pole. It's tied. Lowe, who has looked lost and came up empty on fastballs in the middle of the zone, catches up to this one and ties the game.
Yeah, it was the only spot really that Lowe could do that with. He had been beaten to fastballs middle to middle in. He waited. He got a pitch that kind of floated away. And a huge moment and a huge 2-strike hit.
Strike on Garver. And for Nathaniel Lowe, his struggles really go back to the last month of the regular season. A guy that was a silver slugger last year just was not the same this season. It's bled over into the postseason. But his biggest swing yet has tied Game 5. The 0-2. A pair of solo home runs has Game 5 locked at 1. Bregman in the first for the Astros, Lowe for the Rangers here in the 5th. On this one, too, Garver moves it upstairs. Able to coax a walk out of Verlander his first time. Justin says, I can't hear.
So I want you to watch where this fastball ends up. He wants that ball up and out and over the plate. And that ball actually sinks away. And by sinking away, it allows him to wait on the pitch. He'd been getting beat with fastballs, and he's strong enough to where he basically hit a fly ball the other way that clears the fence for a home run. So that was the location. The difference of that fastball and where it was located gave Lowe a chance where he was not getting the barrel of the bat to anything else.
And it played right into what you said and what Bruce Bochy's been telling us about him all October. This guy is so strong. If he runs into it, it's going to fly. Crowd sensing Verlander's having a hard time with it. Not so much. Slider in there for strike 3. Two gone in the 5th, and here's Jonah Heim. His single in the 3rd prior to that home run was the only Rangers hit.
See if that single wakes up his bat speed. You can understand it as a catcher catching all these games.
Little cue shot, foul. Yeah, snapped an 0 for 9 for the All-Star catcher. He's now caught 24 consecutive games. Obviously, you have more off days in the postseason, but these are the most stressful ones you're going to have in the calendar. He is out there every day. A 28-year-old from outside of Buffalo, New York, Jonah Heim on this 0-1 pitch.
Again, based on those two swings, fastball even higher.
20th pitch of this inning from Verlander is popped back out of play. Slider was over the plate. Heim would like to have that one back. Another 0-2. A pop fly. Backside of the diamond for Jeremy Pena. That'll settle this 5th inning, but the Rangers have tied the game, snapping a 10-inning scoreless drought. It's Nathaniel Lowe going the other way. Series tied at 2. Game tied at 1. Back after this on FS1. back at square one, tied at 1. Mauricio Dubon couldn't lay off Jordan Montgomery's first pitch. Nathaniel Lowe tying this game with an opposite field home run.
Yeah, both pitchers are on their game in a crucial game 5. You know, the statistics just are such a heavy favorite to whoever wins this game to win the series. And you couldn't ask for a better start. You couldn't ask for a better start for both. But more importantly for Montgomery, he now has given Bruce Bochy the opportunity, if he can get through this inning, to really shorten the game if there's any more trouble, to bring in his power arms.
Is 1-2. Dubon is fouled off 1-2. Yeah, just to give the official number to the point you made there. When the series is tied 2-2, winner of game 5 goes on to win the thing more than 70% of the time. The 1-2 from Jordan Montgomery. Strikes out Mauricio Dubon. 1 gone in the 6th. You can wear what the players are wearing on field during the postseason. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, t-shirts, and more. Root your favorite team on at MLBshop.com.
All right, now this has been the toughest at bat for Montgomery all day. I mean, Bregman has been on every pitch.
Homered in the first, had a 9-pitch at bat his second time that ended in a bullet of a line out. Starts him with the curve.
Yeah, and that would be the best recipe if he's able to now use the height of that pitch and go anywhere he can lower and put that heat on Bregman. But he's done a nice job at his approach against Montgomery.
Figured it was a matter of time before Alex Bregman made a game his own. Back-to-back curveballs.
And the idea here is to slow the hitter down with breaking balls, maybe a changeup, maybe another breaking ball, and then pop a timely fastball and maybe beat him. There's the change or sinker down, but again, trying to work off that height.
The 2-1 pitch. Ball 3 on Bregman. Alvarez waits on deck. On this 3-1, the home run hitter today, Alex Bregman, takes ball 4.
You can tell he did not want any part of Bregman in his approach against Montgomery. And how many times can you say that he might feel more comfortable against Alvarez than he does against Bregman? And Alvarez is up there right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there's ever a guy that could say that. Maybe it is Montgomery, who struck him out with a curveball for the 4th time this week, his last time up. So how you setting that put-away pitch up?
You know, believe it or not, I'm not throwing him a first pitch breaking ball, only because I want to save it. I want to be able to use it in a situation where he's been chasing with 2 strikes. So maybe they go in with that sinker again. Looks like they're going to go away.
First pitch. Fastball, strike 1.
Yeah, the fastball right now, because you've got that curveball in Alvarez's head, or at least thinking about it, you wonder if he's going up there. You hope hitters sit on it, because if you throw a good one, it doesn't matter.
Montgomery's 0-1. Oh, baby, is that nice. 0-2. Back-to-back fastballs. And now sinker misses down and away, so 3 straight heaters to begin the at-bat.
He's got his eyes away. I mean, he's got 1 of 2 options. He can pound this fastball in to surprise him because he's gone away, or throw the breaking ball away outside.
Here he comes with the 1-2. It is the breaking ball, and Alvarez watches it. Makes you feel like you're walking on eggshells, this guy, Yordan Alvarez. From 0-2 to 2-2. Stays alive, hacking a fastball foul. But just notice, everything is on that outside line. Nothing over the middle. Cannot afford to make a mistake over the middle. Bregman at first. Tie game, 6th inning. Another 2-2 pitch. Coming inside. Jammed in. Foul. Now you're frustrated. That's a good job fouling off a pitcher's pitch. If you're Montgomery, you're like, man, I had him set up. Away, 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 away. I'm coming in. That's going to be the freeze pitch. And he's able to foul it and not put it in play. It's amazing. It's the power, yeah, but it's the discipline and the bat to ball. It's all rolled into one terrifying package. Another 2-2 from Jordan Montgomery. Alvarez stays alive, going down to the dirt to get that curve. Now what?
Sinker, sinker, sinker. Curveball, sinker, sinker, curveball. I'd go to the well one more time with the breaking ball and see if I can expand him even more. He's gotten a piece of it.
The 8th pitch. Alvarez grounds one by first into right. Bregman heads for third. Garcia's throw goes into second, and Yordan Alvarez is 2 for 3 against the guy that stymied him in game 1.
This was the pitch that he stayed alive on, and why I would have even tried to steal some more. This is a really good breaking ball, and just a piece of it. See how up front he was, and then they went back in, and then he was all over it. And not time at all to react at first base. So that's why Alvarez is so good. And that's why, after seeing him be out front with that curveball, I would have been really, really tempted to go back out there and steal another inch.
This postseason, get the best 5G coverage in the game with T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. Jose Abreu climbs into the box.
Now, Abreu last time didn't even come close to any of the breaking balls that he was able to throw in the previous at bat.
Bruce Bochy gave Jordan Montgomery an opportunity to get out of a bases loaded jam in the middle innings of game 1. Mike Maddox the visit here. Josh Spores begins to loosen. They got all their top arms ready to go down there. The Astros are hoping it's too late. They can break through against the starter. Abreu having a monster postseason. He's knocked in 11 in 8 games. Bregman at third, Alvarez at first. Abreu swings and misses. That's the pitch that he couldn't figure out last time.
Yeah, he's not seeing it, and he's swinging at it. He's trying to tell himself, okay, stay off that pitch. Easier said than done. Comes out of his hand, looks good, tight spin, and just misses the barrel of the bat down below.
Now the 0-1. Abreu swings and misses. Instant replay. Strike 2.
I mean, that is classic pitching right now. And certainly this inning started with a walk. A lot of the big innings for the Astros have started with a walk. A base hit by Alvarez, and now 0-2. You've got 2 pitches to kind of do the same thing.
Sticking with it?
Yeah.
If it ain't broke. The 0-2. Waits how that pitch clock comes home. It's a curve. It's off Seager into center field. A third consecutive curveball that Abreu is able to get to. An in-between bounce that Seager can't corral. Astros jump back in front 2-1.
Well, this ball was absolutely smoked, and he went down and got it. It's away, and the difference of that, see how it's away and he can get the barrel of the bat to it? The others were down and in, and he's strong enough with just his arms To deliver a top spin, almost impossible for Seager.
And for Jordan Montgomery, who has now faced more than 90 hitters in this postseason, only his third walk bites him. Bregman comes in to score. Houston back in front.
It was the right pitch. It just was more outside than it was down and in. The down and in, swinging over the mud. He had swung and missed 5 of the 6 curveballs. And that one just enough to where he can get the barrel to it.
Still just one gone. First and third for Tucker. Ahead 2-0. Even with that rested bullpen, Jordan Montgomery getting a chance to continue here. Lefty against Tucker. I wonder if Spores is going to come in with the run of right-handers next.
Now the only thing that Tucker, even though he's not swinging the bat well, he can go to the vacated shortstop area.
On this 2-0, he takes inside, ball 3. Spores is ready. 3 straight right-handed hitters after this. Four-pitch walk. Bases loaded. That is going to do it for Jordan Montgomery. Runs out of a bit of steam here in the 6th. Rarely do you see a starter these days get to face a lineup a 3rd time, and for Montgomery, 3rd time was the charm for the Astros as they scratch ahead the go-ahead run. 2-1, and they've got the bases loaded as the bullpen goes to work.
Games, and he's been a little wild early. Tremendous slider, and you see it on the first pitch. He gets a call. That's a big break for him, but he's going to attack the right-handers with sliders. Fastball command can get a little erratic.
It's not given up a hit in this postseason in 5 games, but there is 0 room for error when it comes to that location here. McCormick gets his bat on this one. In right field, Garcia comes on and makes the grab. And with his momentum bringing him in, no chance for Alvarez to come home. A massive second out right there.
It's safe to say this could be the game for the Rangers, meaning if Houston were able to get a hit here really create some breathing room. With Wade Verlander's pitching in their bullpen, you got to understand that Texas knows this next at bat is going to swing one way or another for their chances to win this game and possibly the series.
A couple big plays out there by Garcia today. It was a bit of a surprise not to see Michael Brantley out there countering the move with the right-hander. He sticks with McCormick, and now it's up to Pena with the bases loaded. Up the middle, Simeon, a diving stop, saves the day. Astros have taken the lead. Could have been a whole lot worse for the Texas Rangers. Marcus Simeon with his play of the postseason.
Yeah, when you touch my hand and talk sweet talk, I got a knocking in my knees and a wobble in my...
Marcus Simeon leads off at 6, takes over from Justin Verlander. What a play by Simeon to finish off the top of this inning, keep it a 2-1 game. Now he's trying to solve things at the plate.
He's had a hard time with the fastball, especially the fastball up against Verlander.
He's homered against Verlander twice in his career. It's not just been Verlander, it's been throughout this series. He has struggled. The top two guys in the lineup combined just 7 hits in 5 games. And in some big spots too. 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. On this 1-1, Simeon swings through a fastball, 1-2. So if you're Verlander, you face in a lineup a third time. Sometimes you'll see guys alter the way they're mixing, but he's carved right through him.
Yeah.
Keep going.
No reason to change. Still got life on his fastball. Command is going to be the only thing that you sacrifice a little bit late in the game because you get a little fatigued.
Little wrinkle on that one. Little pop up. Jeremy Pena for the first out of the 6. Another look at that tremendous defensive play to save at least a couple.
I'll tell you what's amazing about it, besides the unbelievable play, how it didn't hit the pitcher. It went right through the box. And, man, I mean, that play right there could potentially be a series game changer, and especially in this game, kept them within reach.
Corey Seager. Very high, ball one. Seager's 0 for 2 today, and it's gone back to what it looked like in game 3, where he's getting under everything.
Yeah, lateral movement just a little bit. Your hands get underneath, and with the fastballs that the Astros can throw at you, you can't have mechanical. You cannot be out of your mechanics. I mean, if you're off a little bit, you move just a little bit, just an alter change to where your hands are. That's all you need when you're trying to hit a high fastball. If the ball's down, you can get away with it and make solid contact with it down.
That said, as we saw yesterday, nobody can flip a switch faster than Seager. He rips one down the line. He does it again. Into the corner. On his way to second. Here comes Tucker's throw. It's a double. Tying run in scoring position.
And the difference there, Joe, is that slider was more like a BP fastball. That slider stayed in the zone, allowed him to catch up to it. And it acts almost as a BP fastball. See how the ball comes out of his hand? It just spins right there. That is music to a hitter's ears when he has been struggling to get the barrel of the bat to the fastball. A rare mistake for Verlander.
Evan Carter the other way with a base hit. Seager stopped at third as it gets to McCormick quickly. Seager paused at first, unsure if that was going to get through. And so he settles for the 90 feet. First and third one away.
Well, Carter does this from time to time. He takes early and he gets aggressive late. Hits the ball the other way just past Bregman, and you said it, that Seager had to hold up because he could not get doubled off on a line drive. The situation is so similar to early. First and third, one out. You got an aggressive hitter at the plate. If he has a long swing, Verlander's going to eat him upstairs. If he can shorten it and get that fly ball to at least get the tying run, that's what you're trying to do if you're Garcia.
The same exact situation that Jose Abreu had at the top of his 6th inning. He shortened up, put it in play, put the Astros in front. What does Garcia have in store here? Adolis Garcia grabs the ball in the air, deep left center field. McCormick to the track, at the wall. It is gone!
Remember I said the ball down is the pitch that a hitter can get to with a big swing? I believe this ball was down. It might be central down, but it was not up. And wow, what a home run.
What a series-changing jolt from Adolis Garcia. His 4th home run of the postseason. And the home team leads in the ALCS for the first time here in Game 5. Off of the bat at Taveras, shallow center field for Pena. And another look at Adolis Garcia's swing.
So let's watch where this pitch is. It's supposed to be up, and it's inner third. Inner third where he could get his hands down to that ball, and he was short to it. And wow, this crowd for the first time has felt like they have a chance to win a game at home.
And with that, they again feel like they have a chance to win a pennant. In front 4-2, Josh Young. It led this series 2 games to none, but then as in the regular season, the Astros rally, tie it up, threatened to take it from them. 2-2 here in Game 5. 1-0. It's high, 2-0.
But we cannot understate that defensive play felt like they scored runs, right? They prevented the big inning from happening with 2 outs, which has been the theme in first 2 games here in Texas. And that defensive play led to the offense being able to break through. Momentum.
On 2-0. Young with the blooper. Left center field. It's down. They had 2 hits against Justin Verlander over the first 5 innings. They have 4 in the 6th as they see him for the 3rd time. They won't see him again. Adolis Garcia with a game-changing, series-changing, perhaps season-changing swing for the Texas Rangers. From down 2-1 to ahead 4-2 in Game 5 of the championship series. Game to set things up for the Rangers to take the lead.
Man, this was the play of the series so far. I know that Tavares had robbed a home run, but given the circumstance of this series and the direction the Astros were trending, what a flip this inning has been.
Well, we asked at the start of the game, who is it going to be for the Rangers? Who is going to come through? And they badly needed somebody to kind of get him off of the mat. Defensively, it was a struggling hitter in Simeon. And then it was Adolis Garcia driving in a run for the 4th consecutive game. Dusty Baker brings on Hector Neris, who's given up 6 runs in 4 games this postseason. Justin Verlander finished after 5 2/3, cruising along before the 3 here in the 6th. 2-0 on Lowe. With a home run his last time up to start the scoring, tie the game. Adolis Garcia, who these fans love so much, has given him the biggest reason to yet.
I mean, when he walked into the batter's box, I mean, his approach had to be get something that you can drive in the air. And he got it, and he didn't miss it. A lot of the Rangers have been missing their pitches. He didn't.
On 2-0, really high, ball 3.
It's the one thing about pitching is you learn that when it gets later in the game, the emphasis to location has to be more than the velocity, because location suffers just a little bit later. As the longer the game goes on, the location becomes less accurate.
A little squeeze there from Marvin Hudson. That thing was pretty clearly over the plate. Instead of walk. And they're at first and second for Garver.
Garver had a situation last night that I anticipated. I thought he'd be aggressive on the first pitch, and he thought he was going to get a fastball, and he ended up getting a slider. Let's see if the same situation comes up here.
Splitter. Nice split. You saw Josh Spores staying fresh in that dugout. There are 4 consecutive right-handed hitters coming up for the Astros. It's going to be his. That includes the top of the order. Maldonado, Altuve, Dubon, and Bregman. A visit here from Maldonado. Look out. Starting to throw. Well, tomorrow start Saturday strong with a big noon Saturday on Fox. All starting with big noon kickoff, 10 a.m. Eastern, live from Columbus. And then one of the most anticipated games of the season, Ohio State and Penn State. Who you got?
You know, it's going to be a good one, but I think Ohio State finds a way to win a close one.
Yep. You're a Big Ten expert. I'll take your word on it.
Don't get me started on the in-state rivalry
I want
game
to ask
tomorrow.
you about the Spartans and the Wolverines.
Man.
2 on, 2 out. Rangers by 2. And nothing in 2 on Garver.
I don't even want to see Jeter in the next 3 days.
Oh, boy. Verlander shaking his head in disbelief. Rangers 4 for 6. This time through the order, chasing him from the game. Garver sends a fly ball to center field from Mauricio Dubon. Biggest swing of this series coming from Adolis Garcia. A 3-run home run against Justin Verlander. With the series tied at 2, this game flips with one loud, long swing. Astros trailing 4-2. 9-1-2 coming up. Josh Sborz misses just outside to Martin Maldonado.
The key here, of course, now that you have your first lead at home here in the 7th inning, you've got to be able to throw strikes, and you've got to be able to put away the hitters you're supposed to put away. And the Astros want the opposite.
Oh. Josh Sborz has not given up a hit in 5+ games. It's been a breakout year when he's been healthy. No bigger spot than this for him, though. He's in there, and it's 2-1.
It sounds like a broken record, but this time of the year, if they get a hit, yeah, man's on first. But the walk seems like a bigger rally and a bigger jolt to the offense because it's a free pass.
Swing and a miss. Got some help there. And that fastball with life. His fastball characteristics, John, are similar to those of Spencer Strider.
Yeah, he just relies heavily on his slider that we don't see as many of those fastballs. And that's what we were talking about. We've seen him a couple times with his fastball lose the strike zone.
Here he comes with a 2-2. It is a slider. Wow, Marvin Hudson misses it.
Yeah, that was a good pitch, and he's probably thinking, how did he not swing at it?
So it's 3-2 on the 9-hitter Maldonado. He walked in with some help from the plate. Pitch hit and run is the free official MLB skills competition for baseball and softball players ages 7 to 14. Can host a local competition next year and give the kids a chance to make it to the national finals at the World Series. PitchHitRun.com. Now Altuve representing the tying run.
Well, now he almost has to go to that first pitch slider, and Bruce Bochy was telling him that was strike 3.
We were talking about it earlier. Some of the biggest rallies in this series have started with a walk and a hit batter. Maldonado's been in the middle of that. Here's a shot to left field. It drives Carter back onto the track. He's got it. Evan Carter, nice play to get Altuve.
Well, that was a slider, but Altuve was all over it. A little more, too much top spin on that ball, but it almost got over the head of Carter. Carter's a center fielder by trade, so you feel like you're in good hands, and anything hit over that side of the field.
Dubon. Strike 1. You said it right off at the top, John. If the Rangers are going to right the ship after losing their first 2 games of the postseason, it began with getting Altuve out. They lead by 2, and he's 0 for 4.
Yeah, they've done a great job. And first two times they got him out, it was 2 pitches.
5 pitches total for his 4 at-bats.
Amazing.
It happened quick. 9-0-1. Dubon takes very high. Yeah, Dubon as well. No small thing shutting him down. He was 6 for 12 in this series coming in, but he's 0 for 3 today. No hits against Sborz in 5 tries. On this one, couldn't lay off. A ball in the dirt. 1-2.
Fastball above the zone after swinging at a slider down, trying to get the bat started, just can't get up there.
Not out of the woods yet. They face the guy that's been the toughest at bat today for the Astros, Alex Bregman.
And again, you have to make Alex Bregman have some action one way or another, because you don't want Alvarez coming up with the potential winning run. You've got to make Bregman do something at the plate with the bat, good or bad, it's got to be in the strike zone. You cannot walk him.
On this 1-0, Bregman fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Homered in the first inning, scorched a line out in the 4th, and then walked and scored in the 6th. And he has hit Josh Sborz hard. Youngster trying to pitch around the leadoff walk to the 9-hitter. Is 1-1 to Bregman. And chase, a rare chase. 1-2.
A lot of pitching at this time of the year is knowing obviously the score, the situation, and who's on deck. And who's on deck becomes the main focus of what you don't want to face him. Obviously, they've got Chapman coming in to face him, but you want him to face him next inning, leading off the inning.
He got squeezed on the leadoff walk. He gets some help on strike 3 here. And as we stretch in game 5, the Rangers up 4-2. Game to the bottom of the 7th inning. This place has come to life for the Adolis Garcia's go-ahead home run, and he got a hero's welcome as he went out there to right field in the next inning. They already love this guy. Justin Verlander so upset. He's cruising along, not happy with the way that fastball moved as he lets Martin Maldonado know.
Yeah, it just leaked, and that's all it took for Garcia. So strong. And look, this has been a series of the crooked numbers. And Texas finally got back to their DNA and what made them special this postseason. They put up a 3 spot. And the teams that have had that crooked numbers, usually they've come out on top in this series so far.
9-1-2 coming up here in the 7th. Hector Neris stays on, faces Jonah Hine, who's 1 out of 2 today. So both staffs with their best arms available. It'll be tough sledding in these late innings. Extra important to get that home run when they did.
Both pitchers were also close to getting through the 6th inning, and Justin, of course, on that one bad pitch, really, he pitched perfect the entire game, had a game plan that worked. He made one bad pitch, but the Astros know if they can stay close, they can put that pressure right on that team that has had issues.
Fly ball, foul ground left side of the play.
In the bullpen, and that's going to rely now on Chapman. Not too many clean innings, but Chapman still can be devastating, and then turn it over to Leclerc.
I know both starters were cruising along, but any surprise with as rested as the big guns in the bullpen are that they weren't involved earlier?
No, not really. I think, you know, the only scenario that kind of got away from Montgomery is, again, the leadoff walk, right? Or the walk that he was able to Bregman. He didn't feel comfortable against Bregman.
There's Spochi getting a roll as Chapman ready for the 8th inning. Hine leading off the 7th. Hitting a high fly ball to right center field that Dubon has beat on. Start Saturday strong tomorrow. 7th-ranked Penn State against 3rd-ranked Ohio State on Big Noon Saturday. And then it's 8th-ranked Texas against Houston, the college football version of the matchup. And at primetime, Utah and USC in a top 20 showdown. All those games on Fox. This series will head down I-45 to Houston for Game 6 on Sunday. Marcus Simeon, who's got the key defensive play in this game, still looking for his first hit. A little cue shot in front of the plate. Maldonado gets it promptly. And now, a quick word from FanDuel.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Well, the Rangers are 6 outs away from taking a 3-2 series lead, even though they've got nothing at the plate for Marcus Simeon.
Yeah, it is amazing. To win it all, they're going to have to get, obviously, that change at the top of the lineup. He's such a dynamic player. I think if I was Seager, I know it's hard to sit on a split, but if a split floats in the plate, they're going to add another run.
It was a splitter, but it was low.
He's got that swing right now, that off-speed swing that's really working. He hit that double down the line on a slider. Be careful on this split.
The double started the 3-run rally. Double from Seager, single from Carter, and then Garcia's home run. Got a future Ranger. Timing him up. Wanted to go after that splitter and couldn't lay off. 2-1. Corey Seager, who has played in now exactly 162 games, equivalent of a full season in this park, and homered 55 times. In the driver's seat here. Good pitch right there. Splitter's going to get him. 3-1. So the Astros down 2. Ready to face Aroldis Chapman. did, and that is rally to tie the series at 2. Game 4 that series on TBS. They'll have Game 5 tomorrow night. We'll be back with you on Sunday in Houston. Game 6, 7 o'clock Eastern. Rangers have a 4-2 lead in Game 5, and it's Aroldis Chapman on to face the heart of the order. Yordan Alvarez, who took him deep in Game 2, leads off. Look out, 101 high and tight.
The key for Chapman, he still has his fastball, throws his 2-seamer more than his 4-seamer lately, but it's command. Can he command the baseball and throw enough strikes that doesn't force Bruce Bochy to go get his closer to cover the rest of this game?
We always talk about the domino effect of that throughout a series. How many times you get to see a guy. Is that no pitch? No. Pitch clock violation. It's a violation on Chapman, and it's 2-0. Like Alvarez knew that before anybody. He was stepping out of the box. What happened? Asked Bruce Bochy. Marvin Hudson says the clock ran out. 2 balls, no strikes. Chapman fires. Alvarez takes ball 3. I mean, this has kind of been the Aroldis Chapman experience since they acquired him from Kansas City this summer.
It has. It's fastball command, or lack of it.
He pretty much every time has found his way out of it, but it has spiked that heart rate. The clerk's already getting going. Capable of giving him more than an inning. How soon does Bruce Bochy go to him? 3-1 to Alvarez. Found the inside corner with his slider.
There's no way you could expect this pitch if you're Alvarez. He lulled him to sleep. He put him in the rocking chair at 3-0 and then came back. And a rare swing outside the strike zone for Alvarez.
Big first out in this 8th inning. They get a Abreu with the bases empty. Put the Astros in front with an RBI single in the 6th. The Rangers have since taken the first lead for a home team in this series. On this 1-0, Abreu. It's a ball 2. And falling behind is Chapman. Kyle Tucker's on deck.
He added that little twist to his delivery to get that arm to catch up. He has a lightning quick arm, obviously.
Goes a 3-1 on Abreu.
And I think his last hitter is going to be Tucker, no matter what.
Run right-handers after that. Astros need to get one guy to the plate at least here in the 8th inning to ensure that Altuve gets an at-bat in the 9th. On this 3-1 from Chapman, Abreu swings and misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stays alive, slapping 101 off of that outer edge. Another 3-2 from Chapman. Pop fly, right field. Garcia. 2 out. Well, as with all the games here in Dallas, we've had some big names. Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Cowboys, taking it in. Justin's wife, Kate Upton, is here. Reggie Jackson, who is now a special advisor to the Astros, been at all the games. And, of course, George W. and Laura. 2 out, 8th inning. And it is Kyle Tucker, who has been excellent against left-handed pitching this year.
Go a long way to not bring in your closer here if you can avoid it. And that's why this at-bat is so important for Chapman and Bruce Bochy. He started every hitter so far 2-0, I think.
That's living the hard way. Making Bruce Bochy sweat. The Kirk's ready when they want him. Poke down the line. Long run for Carter. Still in the move. He won't get there. Tucker's on his way to second and will stop there with a 2-out double. Astros getting the tying run to the plate. And ensuring that Jose Altuve is going to get another at-bat in this game.
Well, he hit his way on and took a fastball and went the other way.
So Tucker with a double. Bochy takes it from Chapman. He's bringing his closer in with 2 gone in the 8th. Recaps, get personalized stats and plenty more on the MLB app. Download it today. Kyle Tucker's double has gotten the closer into the game. It's Jose Leclerc, and as you saw, Michael Brantley will pinch hit for Chas McCormick.
And Leclerc's been really good. And 3 for 3 save opportunities. He's going to be asked to go 1+ again, and he's going to face a tough cookie. He's going to make him throw strikes.
So Dusty Baker sends the left-handed hitter up there instead of the righty McCormick. Tying run at the plate, 2 gone, 8th inning.
Yep.
Outside corner, strike 1.
Now, Brantley does have some power, but it's the down and in middle of the 3rd power that he has. Don't think he can go the other way with the power swing and the kind of tight swing that he has at the plate.
On the 0-1, Brantley swings and misses. The changeup makes it 0-2, just like that. The 0-2. Well, 97 out of Jose Leclerc, who at the start of this season was 94.
Let's say he's healthy now.
Healthy and fueled by this postseason vibe. Is 1-2 to Brantley. Poked foul. Back to the change there. Michael Brantley hit 2 home runs in 15 regular season games. Didn't play until the end of August after missing more than a year with a shoulder injury that threatened to end his career. He's homered once in this postseason. On another 1-2 pitch. Takes very high and the count evens. Pena's on deck. The 2-2. Wrapped around the plate and the count is full. Oh, you said it. He's going to make you work.
He is going to make you work, and that ball was outside. That was the pitch I would have thrown. Backdoor slider gives the maybe take a little too long to pull the trigger, and it's too late if you get the corner.
So now a payoff. Brantley stays alive. "36 years old in his 15th year. 300 career hitter. On the 8th pitch, Brantley pops it up. On the infield, who wants it? They all converge on the mound, and it's Simeon to grab it and end the inning. Jose Leclerc nails. First step accomplished. He's got 3 more outs to get. Rangers looking for a 3-2 series lead. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Rangers in front 4-2. This is Brian Abreu. And the Rangers did something that had been impossible for 3 months when they saw him in Game 3. They scored against him. First run that Abreu's given up since July. 3, 4, and 5 come up here. Ball one on Evan Carter. Michael Brantley, after pinch hitting, stays in the game and plays left field. For the Astros in the 9th, it's Pena, Maldonado, and Altuve. Jose Leclerc looking for a 4-out save. 2 balls, no strikes on Carter. Carter's 1 for 3, singled and scored. Singled in front of the home run from Garcia, who's about to get a great welcome. Out on deck, sir.
This is when you're a closer, you don't mind sitting for 15 minutes. That means your team has added on and helped the cause. He came into a situation where the tying run was on. And as a closer, you're used to getting the job done and then shaking hands. But lately, he's had to get the job done, sit down, and then go get the job done again.
Leadoff walk for Evan Carter. And here comes the man of the day to this point, Adolis Garcia. His 43rd home run of the year, regular season, postseason combined. And he gets hit by the first pitch here and gets right in Maldonado's ear. The benches are clearing in the American League Championship Series. Everybody doing their very best to keep their cool, but Garcia's losing his, going right at Maldonado. Bullpens have emptied. More important than ever right now that everybody keeps their cool, understanding the bigger picture of this series and this season.
Well, you can understand why he's so hot. That's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball up near the shoulder. And a lot of it might have to do with how long he walked after he hit that home run. But you can understand why he's heated.
This is not the first time that these guys have been in the middle of it. This is the trap you're talking about. Look, this is the biggest home run of his life. It doesn't matter what he does.
Right.
He shouldn't have to wear 100. And then his next time up gets drilled. You go back to the regular season. He and Maldonado have exchanged words before. A couple ejections in a game in July. And it had to do with guys getting thrown at back and forth and chirping. You meet 13 times during the regular season. You meet in the championship series. In-state rivals and things boiling over here in a critical Game 5.
And I think Abreu was trying to plead his case that that's not what he was intending to do. You knew the first pitch was going to be inside after that long home run.
So we showed this prior to one of the games in Houston. Earlier this season, beanball war there. Garcia then hits a home run. And once he gets to home plate, more words exchanged with Maldonado, and the bench is cleared. It's pretty tame there. It was actually Maldonado and Simeon that wound up getting ejected when the dugout's cleared.
Well, the umpires are trying to figure out if the intent. Now, they can throw Abreu out of the game if they choose. If they think that the intent was definitely to hit him, and of course they're going to deal with Garcia and his ability to maybe either go after Maldonado. But either way, You got first and second, nobody out in a tight game. And to your point, as long as nobody loses their cool, you could see that fastball just rides up and in.
I know he's pleading his case that it wasn't on purpose. All signs point to it being on purpose. And it's just dumb. I mean, you're down by 2 runs. You put a guy on just to prove a point. Well, your season on the line.
But that's what he was trying to say there. Like that was not what I was trying to do. Trying to bury a fastball in, yes, and the ball just rides up. And I know the circumstances smell a little differently, but first and second, nobody out, and I think they just threw out Abreu.
So the umpire's not convinced that one just got away from Brian Abreu, who only hit 3 batters all regular season.
And Dusty will end up going too.
Yeah, he runs Brian Abreu.
And Dusty has a case. I mean, this is a tough call for the umpires. I mean, you could, like you said, you know, no one's going. Why would you want to put a second runner on and have first and second, nobody out? But the circumstances around the home run were just too close to each other, and the umpires were in a tough spot to make that call, and they had to make the call that they viewed the intent was on purpose. And Dusty's going to say second pitch.
And this place has become an absolute madhouse. You silenced the first 2 games here. Dusty's team taking early leads, taking the crowd out of the game. Did it again today. The Rangers have come back, taken the lead. Intensity ratchet another notch.
Now the question will be whether Garcia is allowed to stay in the game. And I'm sure the umpires will be meeting on that. But
it's Jordan Alvarez, fellow Cuban superstar, grabbing a hold of him. Right, it's not good for anybody. Right, it's not good if he meant it. It's not good if he didn't. And Dusty Baker ejected as well. So Brian Abreu has been thrown out of this game. It's 4-2 Texas with the walk to Carter, and then Garcia getting hit first and second, and Dusty still hanging out.
I mean, I understand the argument Dusty's making, and especially the light of the game. You know, you see one pitch that gets hit. Now, granted, it's the first one. We've already digested all the things that led up to it. You might see warnings, but it is in the discretion of the umpires to be able to throw you out without a warning, and that's what they did.
Yeah, just getting this all sorted out still.
And they will be throwing Garcia out of the game as well. I didn't think they could do one and not the other.
Yep, so Garcia leaves. Yeah, it's a Gold Glove finalist there. They're going to be without at the top of the 9th inning. Travis Jankowski gets ready to run for him.
All this being said, tune in to Game 6.
Ooh, baby. These teams have been waiting a long time to have a series that matters this much. Yeah, it was just kind of ripe to boil over like this. Battle for Texas. Battle for the American League pennant. And while they get this all sorted out, gives us a chance to look at StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. The biggest swing of this game, the 3-run home run from Adolis Garcia.
108 miles off the bat. You see what the Major League Baseball average is, and you see how far it went.
Dak loved it. Big Rangers fan. Watching his club take a lead in this critical Game 5. Garcia, right after hitting that 3-run home run, his next time up there, wears it. Bench is clear, bullpen's clear. Everybody's healthy, doesn't look like anybody got hurt in it. A couple rejections. Everybody should be good to go for the remainder of the series. Yeah, these Texas rivals who've been playing for the silver boot for the decade they've been facing off in the division and back to interleague play, this time playing for the American League pennant.
I mean, you just think about that emotion. They haven't won a home game. Houston's been kicking their tail in their ballpark. So that swing and that homer for that whole kind of the whole year had to feel good. And they took the lead for the first time.
You had to be wondering, how long can this go on? Is this just going to be the entire time we play here? Because they're running out of time in their last home game in this series. Are we going to stop them? Is our offense going to find it? Rangers had to be asking. Now, this Houston team scored 18 runs the first 2 games here. Jordan Montgomery starting the game. And then so far, the relief corps has held the Rangers to just, or the Astros to just 2.
I don't know if the Rangers will do this, but you know the greatest time to steal a base
right now
is when you don't think they're going to steal a base. All that time and all the you're going to get to get ready for Presley.
So Presley's getting ready to go. Tom Verducci, what was your take on that from down there?
Yeah, I think you're right, Joe. It does go back to that bad blood back in July. That involved Marcus Semien. He thought he was hit on purpose by a pitch from Framber Valdez. And when he scored on a home run, Maldonado told him, we're going to win this game just like we beat you all the time when we played you with Oakland. Semien then hit a home run and came back and told him, we are going to win this game. And it resumed again on that Garcia grand slam that you showed. Watching this replay here, you see where Maldonado is set up. He's not looking for a pitch in, and I can't believe that Houston would want to put another runner on base here in the 9th inning, down 2. But that's what the hit by pitch did. Remember, Abreu walked the leadoff batter as well, but I think the history allowed Garcia to react as quickly and as strongly as he did because he took that as a purposeful pitch.
Tom, any idea what's going on here with Dusty? It looked like he was thrown out of the game, but he's still in the dugout. Tom's going to go try and dig into that, but it looks like the umpires are telling him, let's go, you're out of here. Kenny, what's your take on this whole thing?
Obviously, Abreu was not throwing at Garcia purposely, but given the emotions of the moment, I can understand the decision by the umpires. I can also understand why Dusty Baker didn't like that decision. Situation like this, the umpire's job is to get control of the game. That's what they were trying to do.
That's a strong take, obviously. Not throwing at him. And now Dusty does make his way back to his office. With all those things sorted out, Ryan Presley comes into the game. 4-2 Texas. The series is tied 2 games apiece in a best of 7. It shifts to Houston after this one. Leody Taveras, the hitter. 2 on, nobody out. Lays a bunt down. Foul. 3 sacrifice bunts this season for Taveras.
Well, I talked about that time that the closer would like to sit on the bench. This wasn't the time I was talking about. That's dead time where no runs have been scored. So he's going to have to stay loose for the Rangers.
Sharply hit to first. Abreu's got it from his backside. Throws to second to get Jankowski. Wow.
That is unbelievable. That could have easily been thrown to the outfield in the position he was in. I mean, he's in to anticipate a bunt. The ball gets smoked to him. Now he falls down. He's really got nothing but throwing to second. Great play. Keeps the double play in order.
First and third. The hitter's Young. Strike one from Presley. And oh man, drama and fireworks. The first 4 games of this series relatively lacking in the drama. The team that scored first cruised along and won each of those first 4 games. Had our first lead change in this one, and certainly our first fireworks. 0-2. Rangers hunting insurance here, leading by 2. Great speed on the bases. Carter at third, Jankowski or Taveras at first. 0-2 to Young. Chase and a big strikeout from Ryan Presley. Check in with Tom.
Yeah, Joe, the umpires informed Dusty Baker that in their opinion Brian Abreu did throw purposefully at Adolis Garcia. Now you saw the umpires get together to come to that decision. Once they make that decision, there does not have to be a warning. That's an automatic ejection if they come to that decision. Dusty Baker was absolutely livid because he pointed out, as we did, the game situation. The place for revenge there is probably spring training next year, not in a league championship series.
There goes Taveras, first pitch to low, and he fouls it off himself. And some pain after doing so. Now a quick message from Adobe. These division foes since the Astros moved to the American League in 2013, and they've really taken turns bullying each other since. The Rangers' best stretch lined up with the Astros' worst, and then the complete flip in recent seasons. Astros started this run in 2017. That's when the Rangers fell into the rebuild, not to be seen in October again until now. The Lone Star stayed fully aligned for this showdown. Taveras runs again. He'll take second on strike 2 to low. Astros in the 9th. Pena, Maldonado, Altuve. Against a clerk who has been waiting a long time. Yes. And still for nothing. Cool as a cucumber, though. Presley's 0-2, right down the middle to get low. All right, so fireworks, but no runs. Fasten those seatbelts. To the 9th we go. Pena, Maldonado, and Altuve coming up. I think everybody's kind of wondering, when are we going to get a tight, compelling game in this series? This has had a little bit of everything. 4-2 Texas to the top of the ninth. Last chance for Houston. It's Jose Leclerc who got the last out of the eighth. And it is a pinch hitter in Yainer Diaz. Pinch hitting for Jeremy Pena starting the ninth. Strike one from Leclerc.
Leclerc's slider has been hard to hit. 121 average against. And Jankowski goes to right field, taking the place of the ejected Garcia.
Yeah, Jankowski, a good fielder as well over there. Don't lose a lot. Losing Garcia. Outside, and it's 1-1. And a guy in Diaz that had a great rookie season, but has not looked the same this postseason.
No, he hasn't gotten as many reps, of course. He's the catcher of the future. Offensively, a stud.
He's ahead 2-1. Leclerc, who's the longest tenured member of this Rangers team, back to 2016. His 2-1 pitch. Hit hard and through, and a leadoff base hit from Yainer Diaz. His first hit of the postseason sets the table here in the ninth. The difference in this game, in the sixth inning, Adolis Garcia hit a 3-run home run to take a 2-1 deficit and make it 4-2 Texas. Out comes Mike Maddox. You know, the other thing to remember, though, is the top of that sixth inning. Astros had loaded the bases and chased Jordan Montgomery. Josh Spores came in, got out of the bases loaded, one-out jam, and then fired a scoreless seventh inning. And it's this Texas bullpen, John, that was so bad during the regular season, trying to lock it down. Another pinch hitter here. This is John Singleton.
Well, all you could ask for Houston is get the tying run on, and they did that right away. Short of a double play, Altuve will come up with the tying run on.
Postseason debut here for the 32-year-old that has had some kind of journey in his career. Tying run at the plate, ninth inning. First pitch. Ball one from Leclerc.
As I mentioned, the role of a closer when he gets heated, he comes in, he does the job, and that's usually it. In this case, he had to get the big out in the eighth and then sit for quite some time without any action because of what took place with the ejections.
2-0.
And that's all it can take sometimes. Get out of rhythm. Not really set up for that kind of delay.
Yeah, the delay officially was 11 minutes long. He didn't get anything out of it in terms of insurance. 3 balls and no strikes on Singleton. Jose Altuve is coming up next. Trying to get Verlander off of the hook. 3-0 pitch. Strike one. Singleton got to the big leagues in 2014. Played in 14 and 15. Not again in the majors until this year. Came out of retirement and has made it back to the big leagues. Take strike two.
Well, let's not forget the job that Presley did with first and second, nobody out, to even put him in this situation after the ejection.
Two pitch. Ball 4. Tying run reaches for Houston. And up comes Jose Altuve. 4 times he's been up there today, John. He's 0 for 4 on 5 pitches.
Well, you know he lives for these moments.
Pitch runner comes into the game. That is Greg Kessinger. And so the Astros using their bench and their last gasp here. Only one player has hit more home runs in the postseason than Jose Altuve. It was Manny Ramirez. Perfect pitch for strike one from Leclerc.
Well, in this situation, you're going to see the outfielders are going to play super deep. I mean, they are trying to cut off doubles. That is as deep as you're going to see the outfield when Altuve is up.
The 0-1. High fly ball to deep left field. Back to the wall. Altuve makes the moment again. Astros lead in the ninth. This team just refuses to roll over. And of course it's Jose Altuve, the face of the franchise, the face of this run, that takes a 4-2 ninth inning deficit in this all-important Game 5 and turns it around with a 3-run home run. And now it's Dubon sending one in the air to left field. Carter's back, edge of the track. He's got room. Absolutely incredible.
Told you he lives for this moment. Small man plays big. He got a change up, down and in, and he didn't miss it.
He didn't miss it, and then Carter didn't miss it by much either. Alex Bregman takes a ball. Coming into the series, buddy, you said you thought this was going to be a classic. Didn't really live up to that first 4 games, but this game right here, Game 5 of the American League Championship Series, has been one.
Sure has. We haven't seen a game where it's flipped like this in the 9th inning. So much happened in this 9th inning, from the bottom half to this top half, and now who knows what the bottom half's going to be like in the night.
Yeah, not just this game or this series, but really this entire postseason. It's lacked late drama, but it's one of the great postseason hitters of all time. Jose Altuve with his 26th career postseason home run. It gives us probably the best dose of drama of this postseason. The 1-2 to Alex Bregman. High and tight, evens the count.
Hate to belabor that point, but that time off in between the innings for Leclerc.
Pokes this one to second, caught by Simeon. Well, now looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, Garver, Heim, and Simeon do up. Look at Altuve's homer. And he acts like he's been there before, because he has. And now it's Alvarez. Down the chute for a strike. Well, now you look back to the fact that Brady got ejected, couldn't finish off that inning. Presley got in.
Yeah.
He's going to take the ball in the bottom of the 9th. A situation you probably wasn't anticipating.
No, but he did an unbelievable job. I mean, first and second, nobody out.
Here's the 0-2. It is a chase in strike 3. What a swing in the game. What a swing from Jose Altuve. Astros in front. 8-9-1 coming up for the Rangers against Ryan Presley. Altuve has done this 25 times in his postseason career. He has had some massive ones. That's going near the top of the list. turns around Game 5 of the championship series with a 9th inning go-ahead shot. Game rolling. Yeah, we had not had a lead change in this series until Adolis Garcia hit a 3-run home run in the 6th inning. Altuve hits one of his own in the top of the 9th, and so now it's the Rangers' turn with 8-9-1 coming up against Presley.
Yeah, they're up against Presley. Has been lights out and tough to steal off of, even if you get a runner on. Not that the Rangers run much, but the Rangers have to find a way. It's a tough moment for them. They got to get themselves in position.
Mitch Garver has some power, takes in the dirt for ball 1. And with those changes they made there, going for the tying and go-ahead runs, you got a new shortstop in Gray Kessinger. Yadier Diaz does the catching. Remember, they already replaced McCormick in left with Brantley. Tying run at the plate in the bottom of the 9th. The bouncing ball left side and a leadoff single for Garver. Steady drip of drama here in Game 5. They're going to pinch run for him. That's Smith, the pinch run for Garver.
Well, good start. This crowd was so ready to celebrate last inning.
And now the winning run is at the plate. Jonah Heim couldn't lay off. Heim's 1 for 3. After Heim, it's the top of the order. Simeon, and then Corey Seager. The 0-1 pitch. Laid off this time. Ryan Presley's been near perfect in the postseason since coming to the Astros. His 1-1 pitch is ripped and past Altuve into right center. Smith makes the turn and hangs on. Back-to-back singles from 8 and 9 in the lineup to start the bottom of the 9th.
Well, the exact same situation in the bottom of the 8th. This ball just gets outside of Altuve. Smith had to wait to make sure it got by him. And now you couldn't ask for a better top of the order. We talked about Semien has been struggling.
It's another pinch runner. Grossman pinch runs for Heim, representing the winning run at first base. Does this game have one more massive swing in it? Top of the order and Marcus Semien. First pitch.
Ball one. Same scenario. Defense is going to play super deep. That brings in the bloop. That brings in the single. But what they're trying to prevent is the double, to allow that runner on first to be the winning run.
1-0. Chased. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marcus Semien had more hits than anybody in the league during the regular season, but he's hitting below 200 in the postseason. Today, particularly frustrating for him at the plate. Tying run at second. Winning run at first. 1-1 pitch. Semien rips it to short, and it's caught. Kessinger, fresh into the game, makes the play.
Well, this time, Bruce Bochy, I know, talked to his team. You can't get doubled off. Good base running. You cannot get doubled off in that situation. They've had that played out earlier.
And now it's Seager. Tries to lay off. And it appears he does. 1 ball, no strikes. Their best hitter in the biggest moment. Smith and Grossman tying and winning runs. 1-0 pitch. Seager hits the ball in the air. Center field. Dubon drifting back. He's got room. And Smith still at second. 2 gone in the 9th.
Smith has to. He has enough time to get back right here. He's got to tag. Right now, he's got to go back and tag. He's got to put pressure at third base with the breaking ball in the dirt, but he decides to stay there, and it's going to come out to Carter and his ability to stay calm as Carter plays like he's 35 years old instead of 21.
Joshua Miller's out there for a visit with Presley, and there has been no challenge too big for Evan Carter since he got here. Took an injury to get him to the major leagues a week after he turned 21 years old. And he's been close to their best hitter in his month plus in the major leagues.
Now remember, he usually doesn't expand the zone, and he usually takes early. Will he subscribe to that in this first pitch? He's disciplined in the strike zone. The Rangers back-to-back first and second, nobody out.
And it is Adolis Garcia's spot in the order due next, but he was thrown out of the game, so it's Travis Jankowski if it gets there. Rangers down to their last out in this Game 5 thriller. Ball 1 on Carter.
But I still think it's a big difference to not have the runner standing at third base with 2 outs. Yes, he'll go with the crack of the bat.
The 1-0. Strike at the knees. Same record during the regular season. Series tied at 2. 5-4, 9th inning. Fouled off, and they're down to their last strike.
It was a pretty good pitch to hit right there, and he fouled it off.
Back-to-back singles from the bottom of the order to open this inning for the Rangers. But Semien and Seager both retired, even though they both hit it hard. And so on their last breath, it's the rookie Carter. 2 on, 2 out, and a 1-2 from Presley. Very high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and the Astros win this classic. Altuve with a 9th inning home run to put the Astros in front. And then Ryan Presley sneaks his way out of the bottom of the 9th. The Astros have gone from down 2-0 in the series to ahead 3-2.
Again, I know there's many heroes on the other side of Houston, but Presley, 2 really tough situations that he navigates out of. Wow.
They sweep the 3 games in Arlington. The road team has won all 5 games in this series, and Jose Altuve, as his manager who was ejected earlier in this game, waiting for him.
Perfect pitch over the middle of the plate. Been there so many times as Presley. I mean, that, all I can say is wow. I mean, the last 45 minutes have been a
White
wow.
knuckle, huh?
Yeah.
White knuckle stuff. Started with Garcia's home run in the 6th inning. Really, the last couple hours have been crazy. Led to ejections. Eventually, Dusty Baker was thrown out of the game. Well, Presley, just when it looked like he was ready to topple, steadies.
I'm not convinced Altuve's 5'6", but he was 6'5" on that swing.
Unreal. Down to the field. Ken's got that hero.
Thanks, Joe. Jose, you've hit 26 postseason home runs. But given all of the emotion in this game, where would you rank this one?
I mean, number 1, because it was tonight. It just happened. So I'm really happy. I mean, we were down. We didn't want to go home down by 1. You know, especially with Giovaldi throwing the next game. So it was good to hit that one and get the team to win.
2 men on. You get a changeup. What was your thought process going into that at bat?
I was just focused on really get one pitch in the middle I can hit. He just walked Singleton for me. You know, of course Diaz got a hit, but then Singleton getting the 3-2 and then getting the walk. You know, coming from the bench, it's not easy to face Leclerc. And then for me, the key of the inning was him. And then I was just trying to focus to something I can handle, and I got it.
You didn't react at all. Why not?
I'm really happy. You know, don't get my emotions confuse you. I'm really happy and thankful with God and all my teammates. I'm as happy as I can be. But
the situation between Abreu and Garcia, how did you see it?
I mean, we're trying to keep the game close there. The game was just by 2. We tried to keep it there to give the opportunity to win the game. You know, I think it just happened, and he got a little mad, but hopefully it doesn't go beyond this, and we keep playing a beautiful series like we've been playing.
Jose, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now over to Tom Verducci.
Thanks, Ken. I'm with Alex Bregman. Alex, for Jose Altuve, 101 postseason games. You've seen it. I've seen it. Please try to explain how he does what he does.
He's incredible. He's so clutch. He has a slow heartbeat. And it seems like in the biggest moments in this franchise's history, he always comes through. So just in awe, really. And I get to see him on a daily basis and just in awe.
I heard your dugout before that half inning, probably as loud as it was all night after the altercation with Garcia and Maldonado. Tell me about your interpretation of that and what it did for your club.
Yeah, I know Abreu, our guy, and I know he's not trying to hit anybody in a 2-run game in the postseason. I know everyone's amped up because this is what we play for. This is the postseason. So, you know, our dugout was just like, let's get a leadoff guy on. Diaz did a great job. Singleton put together a heck of an at-bat, and then Altuve came through with a homer. But I mean, what a baseball game! Two of the best teams in the world competing, and it was a lot of fun.
And as long as we're talking about clutch, we have to talk about Ryan Presley. He's perfect in the postseason closing games. This one, 2 runners on base, nobody out, facing the top of the Texas lineup. He saves the game. What did you see tonight at Ryan?
I mean, it was incredible to come in out of the bullpen in that spot in the 8th and get a big strikeout. And then that 9th inning, the first 2 guys put together some good at bats and get on. And then Presley is just, I don't know, he's clutch too.
We'll see you back in Houston. Thanks, Alex.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Back to you, Joe.
Man, with this roller coaster, he's a pretty calm dude as well. This is some game. 5-4, the final score in a thriller. The Astros in a critical Game 5 swing this series in their favor. They take it back to Houston. KB, there's nothing to talk about, really. I don't know. I mean, go ahead, but...
Yeah, it's a struggle, Joe.